The desert air shimmered under the late morning sun, waves of heat rippling across the horizon, turning the land into a restless mirage. At the far end of the training range stood steel targets, sunbound, scarred, faded by decades of bullets. Each mark carried the weight of shooters who came before, men who tested courage, patience, and skill against distances that humbled even the best. Here, reputations were made and broken. The soldiers knew one truth whispered in every camp. Beyond 2,000 yards, skill fades. Beyond 3,000, only myths remain. There was a record, a distance spoken of like a legend, a boundary between mortals and the impossible. That morning, the soldiers expected another veteran, another steady hand to step forward. But when the call went out, it wasn't a seasoned sniper. It was a rookie, Ethan Cole, barely 21, fresh out of basic training. His uniform still crisp, his face too young for the dust clinging in the air. Murmurs spread through the ranks. Some laughed, some scoffed. Every man there had once been a rookie, full of fire until reality crushed them. But Ethan's eyes held something different. Not arrogance, not fear, something quieter. Determination. The general himself had come to watch. Arms folded, chest broad beneath medals, his gaze like stone. He called out across the range. "Do you even know what you're attempting, son?" Ethan glanced up, sweat sliding down his temple. His voice was calm. "Yes, so." The general let out a short laugh, half disbelief. Only legends hit that far. But Ethan didn't flinch. He lowered himself into the dust, rifle pressed to his shoulder, heartbeat steadying in his fingertips. The world grew silent. Only the mirage of heat danced on the horizon. What the others didn't know was that Ethan had been preparing for this moment his whole life, not in war zones, but in the quiet fields of his childhood. He grew up in a poor farming town. Hunting wasn't sport, it was survival. By 14, Ethan could hit a rabbit's eye at 500 yards with a beat-up hunting rifle. Not for glory, for food. And now, under the desert sun, he remembered his father's words. "A rifle is an honest thing, son. It won't give more than you put in. But if your heart is steady, it won't take less either." The spotter crouched beside him, his voice steady, like a prayer. Wind, 8 miles left to right. Mirage heavy. Range, 3,200 yards. Gasps rippled through the soldiers. Even the general's jaw tightened. 3,200. Beyond the record. Beyond belief. Ethan didn't blink. He brushed the trigger with the gentleness of a whisper. The rifle thundered. Echoes rolled across the barren desert. Then silence. All eyes locked on the distant steel. Seconds crawled. Nothing. A smirk here. A scoff there. The rookie had reached too far. Then, clang. A faint, metallic echo floated back across the heat. The ranks erupted. Some cursed. Some laughed in shock. The rookie had hit. The spotter's eyes widened, checking again, as if doubting his own scope. Ethan said nothing. He simply chambered another round. The general barked out. One lucky shot doesn't make a legend. But this time, his voice carried challenge, not dismissal. The rookie fired again. Steel sang. A third shot. Another clang. By the fourth, silence fell over the range. Not disbelief anymore. Reverence. The same soldiers who mocked him now leaned forward, breath caught in awe. The general's mask cracked. For the first time in years, the man who defined legends stood watching the boundary crumble before his eyes. Ethan rose slowly, dust clinging to his uniform. He looked the general in the eye. "You said only legends hit that far." The general's throat tightened. No words came. Because deep down, he knew the rookie had become the legend. Around him, soldiers erupted into cheers. Voices carried across the desert. They had witnessed a moment that would echo through campfires, through whispers of the impossible, for years to come. The general stood silent. For the first time in decades, silence weighed heavier than command. They hadn't just seen a shot. They had seen eternity carved in steel. And Ethan Cole didn't gloat, didn't smile. He only breathed, steady, the same way he always had. Because legends are not made in pride. They are forged in the quiet echo of steel that rings true.